Alright, for today's Ultimate Showcase, we're definitely going to be talking about more of a unique one. We are talking about this glorious king here, Ibom. What a champion this guy is. If you have Ibom, you probably got him from the Heart of Fire event back in May this year. Maybe you got him from elsewhere, but that's where I got Ibom. In fact, I pulled him 4 times from those crystals, and I was kind of disappointed when it happened, mainly because I was hunting Tigra, who's probably like my most wanted champion I've ever been hunting from one of those sale events. Was a 7-star Tigra from Heart of Fire, so I ended up having to spend a lot more to get her, and those 4 I-bombs at the time hurt when any one of them could have been her instead. And now I'm not mad at all, because I have I-bomb at the exact same rank I have my Tigra at, not the same sig level, of course, and I've really liked him. He's a lot of fun. He's a cool champ for Battlegrounds. You can place him down on defense and trap opponents sometimes. You can use him on attack in a pinch sometimes. He's not a fast attacker. You're going to see in the video, like, he's not putting any speed records out, but there's a lot of strengths to this champ that hopefully you're going to be able to see in the video after we get past the BG stuff, because like speed isn't his game. His game is being a giant tanky bastard who is extremely difficult to kill, especially through the block, because he's going to place weaknesses whenever he blocks, and those things are going to stack up, and he's just going to barely take any damage. On top of that, he's going to be also healing a lot with willpower, because he's always going to have poisons on him, and while they of course will reduce his regen rate a little bit at least, it's not nearly as crazy as most champs would, because those poisons, the regen rate is lower, or their regen rate reduction is lower than most poisons. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start against Rumble Legends Juggernaut, and you can see a basic rotation, and every single I-bomb rotation is the same. You are going to go to a special one first, and then you're going to drop special ones. If the fight's longer, then you're probably just going to alternate special 2 and special 1, or just drop special ones if you really need poisons on you. It's just that simple. You stay close to the opponent, you place poisons on them, they're going to eventually convert into an acid burn when they reach 10, and then they take a bunch of damage, and every time you hit them, they're also going to do a burst of damage as well. So when you get the acid burn on your opponent, you want to be aggressive, and then they'll eventually drop pretty soon. So we're going to start with a BG's fight here against Nico Minoru. All these BG's fights, except for I think the last one, is from the polka dot power meta, which makes I-bomb's damage worse because you're going to be dealing with the protection for a large portion of the fight, and when it's down, yes, you're going to get a fury, but when it comes back, it's going to purify all the poisons, and you're going to lose out on some damage output because it's going to take longer to get the acid burn back. So in all reality, I'd say this Nico fight's probably like 50 seconds, 55 seconds in a meta where he's not getting his poisons purified. But unfortunately that is happening in this fight, so it's going to take a lot longer. But it does mean that he is still good against polka dot power for sure, though. He is a champion who is basically always going to have a DOT effect on the opponent, so it's not bad at all. And you saw earlier I took some damage against Nico by eating the tail end of her special 1. We're going to heal a lot of that back, though, which is pretty nice. So I get an intercept here, and we can go ahead and do some damage. Again, we do have that Fury, which is helping us a little bit, but nothing crazy. And then here, the acid burn runs out, and she's about to get the protection back. She does, and I'm going to drop another special 1. We're going to place an acid burn on her in just a second. And yeah, all those poisons she's placing on me, we don't take damage from them, and they just help us. So, very clean Nico fight. And now we're going to fight Dark Phoenix. This is a really cool one, because as you know, Dark Phoenix's weakness is poison, because that makes it to where the Nova Flame she puts on you has a shorter duration. So I-bomb having very easy access to poison makes the fight pretty simple. The annoying thing about this fight is Dark Phoenix's Safeguard is going to reduce all the damage that your poisons and acid burns do, because it reduces the damage from damaging effects by 75%. Which is really stupid, admittedly, but whatever. I-bomb's still really safe for this fight, which is kind of why I like him for it anyway. And as you see, I'm just blocking her special 2s because I placed so many weaknesses, and I didn't even lose a single % of health, even with her getting that Fury, by full blocking the special 2, which is pretty nice. So, here I'd go ahead and do the burst damage, and of course, like I said, the damage is heavily reduced here because of her stupid safeguard mechanic, but we can still get the fight down really cleanly, and just being able to finish a Dark Phoenix fight with as high health as iBomb is going to means you can still win rounds off of it, because, yeah, Dark Phoenix is usually going to just kill you if you don't have a defender, and iBomb absolutely is going to survive. So, she's almost in the immortality phase. When that happens, we want to try to have a bunch of weakness on her if I can. I don't know if I actually line it up that way, and it looks like I don't, but it's still not doing a lot of damage on me, because Inequity at least is doing some stuff. So we're going to finish this fight just about a 90% health, which could have been higher if I placed the weaknesses when the thing was going to happen. Ideally, like, I block a special 2 right when she's about to go into the immortality phase, but didn't have the opportunity, but it's fine. And now we're going to go fight an Onslaught. He's not metal, of course, so you can take Onslaught with him, but, like, this isn't a speedy matchup, as I mentioned earlier. Like, his damage just isn't that incredible. But we'll go ahead and play the fight anyway. Like, this fight goes pretty well, it's just not very fast at all. So he's like a good two-way champ to draft in BGs, because, like, if you can put him on the defense, if he works on defense, he works really well on defense, because the poisons are just going to kill your opponent, right? And if they get a poison immune, like, there's just some matchups where you can still use him, and it doesn't matter how speedy you are. Like, if you can place a defender down that's just going to make the opponent have a really bad score, then just using iBomb as, like, a throwaway attacker when he works for a lot of different defenders is not a bad thing, especially when some of the defenders he takes very well are Nico and Dark Phoenix, who are some of the most popular BG's defenders right now. So I accidentally eat a little bit of damage because I'm not very good. I have no idea why I did that. I could not tell you why I did that into his block. Maybe it's because, like, I didn't want to get Narrow Shocks on me or something, because, yeah, like, he can't actually hit you. Like, Onslaught can't punish your special because he recovers from it too fast. I don't know if that was the reason I did it or what, but anyway. Here I'm going to go ahead and combo again. Getting ready to place the other Acid Burn, and then he's going to die very shortly after. And we finish the fight at almost full health. So that was pretty nice. But yeah, like, nothing too crazy. It's just a solid fight, 80 seconds. So, and we beat a Spider-Woman fight, which is not bad at all. Now we're going to go to the beta test map, though, where we can see a lot more fights, and this is the big one. This is one that I was really happy with. Obviously, like, I don't necessarily like showing champs just taking Serpents, because most of the time it's not something that you should ever do on the live server, so I don't want to mislead people with, like, hey, look, this champ's fighting Serpent, you should try this yourself. Most of the time that's not accurate. This, actually, I think iBomb is like a champ you could reasonably take in BGs and have some success with, because of just how ridiculously tanky that iBomb is, and the fact that you have his Petrifies and stuff to mitigate a lot of Serpent's threats. This is a fight that actually, like, makes a little bit of sense to do in a real BG's match. So, like, I don't think I'm misleading anyone at all showing this one. Because, yeah, like, I would do this myself in a pinch if I felt like it was the right call to make, depending on what the round setting was like. Because, like, you can obviously block his special 2, you place the weakness so it doesn't hit you as hard, and you have the Petrify from the special 1, which is a 60% Petrify, which 60% is all you need, because if you're not Mystic, you can't lower Serpent's ability power rate below 50 anyway. And then once you get him into the Death Immunity phase, not only is his power going to be reduced a little bit, but his healing is going to be reduced even more. And then you can just do the normal combo, relic combo, special attack thing that most champs do against Serpent during his Death Immunity phase if they can't remove it, and get Serpent down. So that fight was just over 80 seconds, and really isn't that bad if you do it in a live server matchup, assuming that the nodes allow it to work. So now we're going to go fight Enchantress. This fight, I get some BS untouchable moments early on, but you're going to see at, like, the end of the fight, my health isn't that bad, because, again, iBomb has that consistent regen, that while it not extremely potent, because, of course, poisons still reduce healing, it's still there, and it's going to make it to where I'm going to finish the fight without a terrible health bar for, like, winning a BG's match and stuff. It's going to be like 95, 96%, I believe. but we'll see. So anyway, she has her untouchable here, and I'm going to go ahead and try to remove that with my heavy attack. Hopefully not miss another time, and I don't, but she drops another one there, which is annoying. But here, what I'm going to do is going to bait her her heavy, and then drop my special one into it, because at least one of those hits has to hit her, right? And they're all unblockable, so she can't react to it. Because I had the Acid Burn active. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and try to get the Acid Burn online and then finish her off with the special one, and I have 96% health at the end of the fight after going down to 84 after eating a couple hits, which is pretty nice. So now we're going to go fight Rintra. Iobomb doesn't have any immunities to like the buff removal things like Nullify, Neutralize, Fate Seal, Stagger, but he doesn't really need to. He doesn't gain buffs himself, so it's not like Rintra is really punishing you here at all. And then we can just weave in his heavy attack every once in a while to go ahead and remove Rintra's charges. And yeah, there's not like a lot of threats that Rintra has. Obviously, he's a big tanky champ, of course, but it's not that big a deal. So I drop my special 2 here, and then he's going to drop his special 2 in a moment, hopefully. And then I'm just going to take it on block. The weakness is going to reduce the damage I take a little bit, which is pretty cool. Another thing I haven't talked about when it comes to like Ibomb's tankiness is the fact that each poison on Iobomb increases his physical resistance, which isn't coming into play here against Rintra because those swords are energy damage. But in a lot of matches, that physical resist you're going to get both by those poisons on you is going to attest to the damage reduction that you are placing on the opponent. So it's pretty nice. Okay, next fight is going to be against this 1.5 million health Mojo. It is Mojo, so like this isn't an extremely threatening defender, but I want to show you how he looks for longer fights to see how good he does against a 1.5 million health matchup. So there's like obviously a few things we have to make sure to do against Mojo still, like try to not follow his prompts and to try to not dex sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just going to take a bunch of specials on block, and you're going to see that I'm barely taking any damage because I placed a ridiculous amount of weaknesses every time he drops a special attack. So we're back up to full health here, and I just keep blocking his special ones as to not trigger dex ever, and eventually just get this guy down with a bunch of acid burns and stuff. So drop a special 1 here, and then the acid burn falls off, so we're going to go ahead and try to build another one up, but I need Mojo to drop a special 2, ideally without me dexing, but unfortunately I did. So what we're going to do is try to place a little bit of weaknesses on him before my dex expires so that I can make that degen take a little bit less. And I had like 1 weakness on, so at least that's a little bit of damage reduction. It should be like 30% or something. And it only brought me down to like 94% health, which we're going to heal a majority back because of course, willpower. So yeah, it's not really the end of the world at all. And we just need to try to avoid triggering his next prompt if we can. End a buff, so same thing, just try not to dex. And then it should have no problem. I'm going to go ahead and drop the special 2 here. And then we're going to block another special 2 from Mojo. Barely does any damage to me. His block proficiency isn't really high, so I run the block proficiency stat focus with Iobomb, which is definitely going to help that a lot. Especially since you were taking a lot of specials on block because of the strengths that Iobomb has. So we're going to go ahead and use a special 1 here, do some nice burst damage, and then the unblockable relic because of acid burn, and we finish the fight at 98% health. And it was under 2 minutes, which is not bad at all. So now we're going to go fight the Ordeal Dr. Doom. I'm going to fight a bunch of Grandmaster Gauntlet fights with Iobomb in this video, but this is the only one from the actual Ordeal, so keep in mind that after this one, they're all like the 800, 900,000 health pools instead of this 1.6 million health pool that this Doom has. But Ibomb's kind of like perfect for this fight because this is the one where it has size matters and you want to use a XL tagged champion, and of course Iobomb is that. Furthermore, he's just good against Doom in general because if you place the Petrify, then you're going to shut off Doom's aura. And then I can just take specials on the block with Iobomb, and as long as it's not an unblockable hit, it's really nice. So, yeah, I can just regen some of the damage back that I take, and barely take any damage at all. I still need to, like, dex the special if I can, but, yeah, that's not bad. So here, If Doom drops a special 1, you can see he's not able to activate his aura. It's still unblockable because of Bubble Shield, and I didn't notice that, but it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and drop another special 1 here, place some more poisons on me, and he's at a special 2, which, do I just take it on block? Looks like I'm going to block the tail end and only lose like 7% health there, which is pretty nice. And then the Acid Burn's active, so we place another Petrify, shutting off his aura. And then I do a partial dex out of it. We get to another special 2, and if you want to know what doing a second special 2 does, it says poison rate up, and that's essentially just what it does. It makes it where you are placing poisons on the opponent 25% faster for each additional copy of the Acid Burn you have. You're not consuming poisons on you any faster, which is really good. You're just placing them on Doom 25% faster for each one. And also, if you want to, you can go for the special 3, and the special 3 is going to place an Acid Burn for each toxic aura you have active. So if you, in theory, have 4 toxic auras, you can place 5 Acid Burns on the special 3, because it's 1 Acid Burn in general, and then 1 more per aura you have. But, like, that's pretty impractical, and I wouldn't suggest you try to do that, because it's going to be pretty difficult for you to get 5 toxic auras and enough poisons to sustain them, and then get to special 3. So anyway, Doom drops there, and we'll move on to the next fight, which again is from the Gauntlet side. So this is the 800,000 health, and I was just doing this when I was doing a run on the CCP beta, trying to get gameplay for other champs. We're gonna have showcase later. But we're starting against this Weapon X here. This is an interesting one because Weapon X can't have his regen rate modified by anything that isn't poison. And because iBomb has a bunch of poisons, we can therefore reduce his regen rate. So, where most champs can't actually do that, iBomb's one of the few champs who actually can. Of course, Heal Block is another good option for this, but it's just pretty cool that poison is like the one exception, and then it's, of course, something iBomb very consistently has. On top of that, Weapon X is mainly regenning stuff that are from actual attacks, and he can't regen damage he just takes from Acid Burn or anything. So that being your secondary source of damage in this fight, or almost primary, because that's kind of the main source of damage that you are using, is really strong. So we're just going to go ahead and slowly but surely get this Weapon X down, just using the special ones to place more Acid Burns, and try to poison him a bit more to mitigate the regen he's going to get, especially when he's in Berserk, because that's when it gets really potent. Of course, when we turn them into Acid Burns, it's going to be a little bit more annoying because we won't have that regen rate control at that point, but until then, it's still pretty nice to mitigate a lot of the heal back that he is getting, for sure. So, now, he's in his Frenzy mode, and my Acid Burn expired, so I can go ahead and start stacking a little bit more. And we get plenty of uptime on doing that during the special 1 animation. We almost got 4 during that animation, so pretty nice. And I'm going to let the Berserk fall down eventually. It probably happens right there, and then the Acid Burn just finishes him off in the process, and Weapon X goes down pretty cleanly. And we'll move on to fight Sasquatch here. Now this Sasquatch has a life cycle node, which makes him take no damage from damaging debuffs. However, Acid Burn, of course, is not a debuff, so we can use the passive to still do damage to Sasquatch. It also has a node that's going to place Disorient on me, which of course are going to reduce my block proficiency, but at the end of the day, with iBomb's physical resist and weakness that he places on the opponent, it's going to be very mitigated compared to what a lot of champs would feel. This also has Power Snack, which iBomb can reduce with his Petrify, which is going to get online once I start placing more Acid Burns and start using more special ones, because I get like a 60% Petrify from the Acid Burn and 60% from the special one, or something like that. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just keep hitting him when he's got the Acid Burn and doing nice damage there. But it is a little bit of a slow process because we don't get any of the initial poison damage, and Sasquatch is just another tanky bastard. So here I'm going to go ahead and just counter a special and do some nice damage with the Acid Burn on him. And once life cycle's in play, we should be able to ignore it pretty well because The Petrifies are going to take account for the healing, of course, if it actually catches him, but we're knocking down Sasquatch enough to where it's going to be very much not there. It's going to be like a 3.5 second cooldown once Sasquatch is almost dead, so I'm going to go ahead and drop another special 2 here, get the poison rate up a little bit, and yeah, it's going to be pretty simple. Dex a special 1, Petrify reduces his power gain by a little bit, and I really hope that he triggers his Wrath soon, because he is taking a lot less damage right now, and there he finally gets it, so we can go back to doing regular damage. I'm going to use a Relic here, get the Acid Burn active, and of course do some nice spit damage on the special 1 just by hitting him, doing burst damage, and then I get the stand up, and he drops during the life cycle's cooldown. So here we're going to go fight this Absorbing Man, and this is a 9.3 lane. I believe this one has a regen node, so you're going to see a little bit of regen reversal coming into play from iBomb, because he has 3 ways he can reduce regen. One is just by poisons, one is by petrifies, and then one is by the Despair Mastery. And it's not like he has really good regen reversal, not compared to like Mr. Negative or someone else who like was already on my team, Mr. Negative leader and stuff like that. But it's still there, and it's still pretty nice, and you can see him do a lot of ways to counter Absorbing Man. Because if I get Absorbing Man into Magma mode, then we just do our full damage. If he's in physical mode, that's fine. We still do some decent damage from the Acid Burn and stuff. And once he's refined it like he has here, we'll just use a heavy attack to remove it. And yeah, try to push him to Magma if we can, though, because the bursts you do on the Acid Burn are physical, weirdly enough. So yeah, he isn't going to be able to mitigate that if he's in Magma mode, which is the ideal scenario. So he does drop it right here, gets a lot of regen back, but we're going to work to cut that down very fast once I get another Acid Burn going. And as you can see, he is just getting a little bit reversed and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and fight him right here and try to place some more poisons, get that regen rate lower and lower, place another poison there, and then once we get the final Petrify from Acid Burn, he's just gone here. So that was a pretty nice fight. And then we'll move on to the next path, which is against Spiral and Northstar here on this Hubris lane. This was just a fun one. They basically, they only take damage during their special attacks, and then when their special ends, they receive a massive burst of damage, depending on how much damage you did during their specials. So what we're going to do is do iBomb's Acid Burn and get it online during Spiral's specials. And then, of course, from there, she's just going to take a lot of Acid Burn damage during her Special 1 animation, and then do a bunch of damage once it ends. You're going to see how nice it looks when we get there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the aura online and stuff. And yeah, she's going to take a lot of Acid Burn damage here, of course. And then, yeah, she loses just half of her health right there instantly, which is pretty nice. So I need to try to get another Acid Burn going, which I'm going to do slowly but surely here. And then I believe it happens right here. Yep, 1 Acid Burn placed. And then I'm going to go ahead and delay a little bit and then counter it. And then she drops another special 1 and took enough damage during it to where the end is just going to kill her. Just like that. So yeah, that was a simple fight. We'll go fight Northstar on the same path right here. And this is a fun one because Northstar has very annoying animations, very annoying special attacks. I hate his basic attacks more than any other champ, and his special 2 is also just very frustrating. But what we're going to do is just block and take barely any damage, because you just see how many weaknesses Northstar had on him, and it's hilarious. And of course, all his damage, unless he does the beams from the special 2, is physical. So we get even more resistance from that. So I got my aura active, and he's just taking some poisons. On top of that, like, you have a chance to poison on contact, so blocking the special ones when he's punching me like 10 times has a very high chance of placing that poison too, so that's helpful. And then here, I'm going to dex it and then drop a special 1, place some more poisons on myself, get a little bit out the corner, even though the corner wasn't really that bad there. So here he's going to push himself into the acid burn phase again, right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and punish, and then he's going to do it right here. I don't think I'll take enough damage here because I didn't have an acid burn, but one more special will do the trick. And we're going to finish the fight at like full health despite just blocking like every single special one he dropped with 12 prowess. Because, yeah, Ibomb's funny. So, anyway, that fight goes down. And then the next fight we're going to take is against this hood here. This is in the Crucible 2. And it has caltrops, which is the main thing we're looking at, because I want to show like the weakness in action a little bit more. Because what you can do with the weakness is obviously place it on block, but like when you dash back, then that debuff from caltrops is also going to have its attack rating reduced. So while Ibomb doesn't have any way to deal with bleed damage, you can go ahead and use the weakness to make it a lot more manageable when you do dash back. So just take the special 2 on block there, and then as you can see, there's a bleed that's taken for 71. There's a bleed that's taken for a little bit more, 350, and when I had 1 weakness, which is absolutely not bad still. And then, yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead and get to a special 2, and we'll start doing some damage. This node also had Foresight, which I don't think I even utilized once in the fight, which I probably should have, because utilize Foresight when it's there, I guess. But either way, still pretty fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and block the special 2, and he's invisible now. Gotta wait that out because I don't have any miss counter, unfortunately. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the poisons, get poisons back on me right there, because I need to fuel the aura, of course. And then he's gonna drop pretty fast. I believe it's before those hex bullets do damage to me, but we'll see, because I don't remember. Well, maybe not. Okay, so I am gonna take some damage, but it's fine. Have some weaknesses, and it only did 3% health, which I think was from the weaknesses. So that's nice. And then I drop a special 1 here, and he's in the corner again, and I can basically just kill him at this point with the burst damage on my basics. Hit him in the block once, and he goes down. Now we're gonna have a fun one next. This is against Red Skull, which is the next fight in the Crucible 2, and we're gonna take this poison vulnerability fight, which of course, because of the fact that Ibomb is constantly placing poisons, poison vulnerability is a pretty fun time for him. So we're gonna go ahead and do the normal rotation, get to special 2 and drop some special 1s, but with 200% extra attack this time, because we always are gonna have a poison on Red Skull. Even when Acid Burn is active, you're still gonna have 1 poison that doesn't do any damage, which is, you know, kind of weird that's there, you might think, but there's just certain interactions where it matters. Like this is one where it does, and it was intentional that he'd have 1 poison on the opponent even with the acid burn active. I don't really know the exact reason why, but I think it was for certain areas like this, and other ones that I just can't think of right now, where it's just important to have that RPG poison on an opponent or a node combo. And we're absolutely not complaining about it at all here, where we can just do a ridiculous amount of extra damage against Red Skull. So here I'm just going to go ahead and slow combo and try to kill Red Skull with just my poisons and some basics, and then get an acid burn active right there to finish his life off. And we'll move on to the last fight of the video after this one, which is going to be against the Northstar in the Epic of Pain. So just putting the let's just take every special unblock playstyle test to the max here, because this is another bubble shield fight against Northstar, who's just going to be gaining prowess later through the fight, and just see how little damage we take. It's going to be pretty fun. So this is the death by debuffs lane, where you want to have debuffs to be able to actually deal damage in this fight. You take 2% of their health off every time you place a poison. I mean, not a poison, just a debuff. After a 1 second span. So ignore me accidentally trying to counter specials when I can't do that, because there's a node that only lets me activate a special by punishing, intercepting. No, it's just punishing, intercepting, because it's a heavy attack, their special, or an intercept that lets me do it. So yeah, we don't care about the acid burn damage. The only thing we care about in this fight is just placing a debuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do quite a bit during my special 1 animation, just Yeah, because we place a poison every like 1 second, and the node resets every 1 second. And as you can see, I just blocked the special 2, and it barely does anything. I do need to frickin' remember that the Untouchable's there, because I keep forgetting and trying to counter his specials when I can't, which is just me being dumb, but anyway. He drops a special 1 here, I can avoid it, of course. I somehow eat the tail end, I don't know what I was doing, but, yeah, now we're back in business. We're just placing poisons on him constantly, and I'm going to push him to special 2 here, and what do you know, take it on block and lose 3% health with a Northstar with Bubble Shield and 6 prowess. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and drop a special 1. No, I can't, because I don't have the opportunity. Here I can, because it's going to turn into unblockable, so I have the safety of throwing it into his block. It also unspecial locks me when I dash attack too. Okay, I forgot about that. So yeah, you can do it when dashing. But anyway, this Northstar is just about dead. He drops right there. Perfect, picture perfect ending. And that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing some cool iBomb gameplay. He's definitely not one of the best attackers for competitive modes. There are some Alliance war fights I've done with him at rank 3, if you want to check those out on the channel, because I've definitely taken him to war a couple times. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed seeing some iBomb magic, and I'll see you in the next video.